Hey guys, it's Julie from Plan to Create, and I wanted to make sure that you guys knew about a new release that was recently offered from Freckled Fawn. I actually reached out to her a few months ago and just said, hey, would you ever consider offering some of your designs digitally? Because I felt like she had cute washi strips, she had some cute little chipboard shapes, but I'm just so prone to like printing them myself, printing the things that I know I love, getting them on my clear sticker paper, and I just wanted to know if that was something she would consider. And she was amenable, she was excited about it, and so she has released a whole September kit, and you can buy bits and pieces or the whole thing. I'm going to show you an image here of kind of what she offers in her shop. But I wanted to kind of walk you through how I'm using them. I'm going to show you a few examples of what I've used within my creative journal. You'll kind of be able to see the items in action. And then I thought I would go through and like show on my computer screen how I go about it. I usually download everything into Canva, kind of play around with it there, resize a little bit. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll break this into chunks and you guys can tackle it as you please. Okay, so first things first, I obviously sprinkle a ton of stuff on my pages, and I've never done like, you know, a fully Freckled Fawn design. I take her things, I've printed them onto sticker paper, and I've been sprinkling them everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see that super well, but it's the cutest little like notepad. This is the same concept, but obviously just different sizes. I just have enjoyed kind of using these to layer. I, you know, needed some green to appear on this page to kind of echo that page, so threw it there. And then I have like remnants of washi, and this is such a mess. Like I said, I'll try to show you a little bit better like what I actually printed. And they just work really well into my pages. The colors that she released this particular month are, you know, really apropos for this time of year. That's not hers, but these little details are just like her little label sticker there. Super cute, and really, like I said, some fun washi. I was borderline just obsessed with this one when I first got it, so I think you see it a lot. You know, like I was throwing it everywhere. And not that one, but that is one of her washi strips. So let me start with that too. I think I shared this on Instagram, but I'm not sure that I've ever shared it here with you guys. But these are her like tangible washi strips that I've ordered from her in the past. And then this is kind of an example of like a clipboard sheet that she offered. And like I said, I don't really use the clipboard because I just feel like it would create lumps and bumps in my creative journal that just don't work for me. But like I thought, oh, those would be super fun to have that I could like print out to stickers. And the concept of that, and like just her fun mix of patterns. I think she does a nice job offering a variety. Like it's gonna have a little bit to suit everyone. Not every one of these is like fully my style, but sometimes when it's paired with something else a little more geometric, then I enjoy it. So that's kind of the premise behind that. And so then as she designs washi in the future, you can print it to whatever size you want and make your own strips. You do have to come through and cut it. It's not like it's being cut for you. So that is something to consider. I don't mind it at all. Like these are some of her little washi strips that I absolutely loved. This butterfly is super pretty. And then this is like just an interesting print, and I didn't really think I would use it, but it was just exactly what I needed. I really hated my stamping on this. It just turned out super messy. So I just like kind of smoke and mirror covered it with this kind of lightly colored sticker. It has like a small little like looks like tape at the top. Layered it with another sticker. So it just kind of helped create kind of a nice cover up for what I felt like were some mistakes. This is one of her labels here. And then again, like the washi strips, you'll just see I work them in all throughout. I'll move this out of the way here and just give you a glimpse of kind of like what I have left over. When you buy the sheets, you can print like a whole letter size sheet, and it comes pretty large. So these were all together on one sheet. I've just used bits and pieces. So you can see that those are large, and for some days I love that because it takes up a lot of space in my journal. Here I took some of my favorite pieces and I combined them down onto a 4x6 piece of sticker paper, and I printed those. I feel like they were like maybe a little small, like for scale, but you can see this is the same image, this like floral wreath, and then there it's really small. So I feel like it's nice to have a variety of sizes because you can kind of, you know, pick and choose whatever you're working with. Might call for one of those or the other. But yeah, and then for example, like a really large postage stamp versus a smaller one there. So it kind of gives you an idea, and then I just think that these little pieces are just super versatile. I was showing a video recently, or I filmed recently, and I was kind of showing my cat collage stickers were all piled together with my Freckled Fawn digital file items. And I also have this recent kit from Everyday Explorers, and it just felt like all the colors have been really mixing and matching so nicely. So it's just been like this perfect fall palette, and I just shove them here inside my JENNDHANDCRAFTED. This is called a planner caddy. But yeah, I just keep them all in here for the most part and just mix and match and just kind of see whatever speaks to me and what things I like to combine, and it's been a lot of fun. Okay, so giving you another peek at her website, these are where you'll find all the files to purchase. There is that bundle at the top left, which includes everything, and then you would just download them to your computer. She has it all arranged in nice little files. In every file, you'll find PDFs where she has arranged the items to be printed directly onto letter-size paper. These are basically project lifestyle cards, so you'll have 4x6, 3x4, and then, as you can see above that, she's included each of the individual PNG files, and those are what I like to use in Canva that I can resize. I can, make them smaller to fit inside my planner, or projects I can make them larger. So kind of giving you a run through each of those here as well. Next up, she's included an alphabet with some labels, so I will run you through each of those individual files. Super cute, and I can always use a good label. Here I'll just show you the PDFs that she has all laid out for you. These are obviously the easiest format for you to just print yourself, but obviously they each come with the individual files. I think the washi is nice to have it grouped together like that, unless I wanted to repeat one type of washi over and over and over, which I did with that blue floral one, so there's that. Super easy though to double click these PDF files right there. It'll pull up in Adobe Acrobat and you can print directly from there to your printer and be on your way. You don't have to resize or even have to use Canva. I'm going to show you that next layer, but it's very simple here. You could potentially resize here or just print. If you are unfamiliar with Canva, please don't use this as your sole tutorial. I'm not trying to be completely comprehensive. I'm assuming that maybe you have a little bit of knowledge coming into this, but I am going to show you here. I have created a new file, or a new project, I think it is, and then I'm going to that uploads category, and this is where you can upload your files. There's like a bazillion ways to do everything in Canva, so I probably choose the hardest, I'm not going to lie, but I just tend to just snag my files, drag them over, and then they will upload there into my uploads category. And I'm going to kind of scroll you through here to see, like, yes, I have downloaded the majority of her files already because obviously I've printed them, so they're already there for me. I'm not going to walk you through that entire process, but I hope that that gives you an idea. And again, if you seek more Canva, probably you should research a little bit more on YouTube. Don't hesitate to ask me some questions. I might be able to help you out, but this video probably is not going to be your sole source for information on that. Okay, I think I'm staring at these washi and I'm realizing that's super intimidating to think of dragging each of those over individually, so I definitely opt to go more for her washi printable. And even if there's like one of the patterns that I don't love, I think I'd rather just print them all together. It's a lot slicker than trying to line them all up and get them in order. That would have wasted both of our time. So you can see I drag these over. This is option A, and that creates a pretty thick washi strip for you if you're going across the page like that. So what I opted to do was to kind of group these all together, make sure that they're all connected and grouped, which is, I think oh gosh, I probably did it really quick, but basically you select all of them, like select A, and then right click to group. And then now I'm going to turn them sideways and resize them down so that I can fit two of these on one letter size sheet. Again, I'm sorry if I'm glossing over some of the details. Yes, to group them all together, you're going to select all the files if they weren't already grouped. Sometimes they're already grouped for you, sometimes they're not, but you just want to make sure that they are so that they stay, in the right format with each other. These ones are not going to go stretch all the way to the side. I'm kind of eyeballing it, trying to get like a 5.5 width, I think I am, so that I could do 5.5 twice. Even that is going to be a little bit tight, so I just kind of fudge it until it works. I think I group them together again, resize a little bit more. I'm not looking for a specific width in any of these, so just basically making sure that they fit. Then you just download the PDF to your files again. Basically it goes to your downloads, but you could always save it back in your Freckled Fawn folders, and then directly from there you should be set to print. So just like I did with the washi, I had already downloaded this PDF of the phrases that are all collected for us. I am making sure that they are grouped here, so selecting all, Command A, and then grouping with a right click. And then I'm going to do the same thing as the washi. I'm going to size it down, tilt it on its side so that I'm only filling half a sheet. And instead of duplicating these labels and having a second set here on this sheet, I thought it would be fun to just go through these, different stickers and just see which ones I wanted to print. I'm kind of creating my own eclectic sheet here, the things that I know that I would like to use. So you're going to just see me pull together and resize a bunch of different labels and whatever she has available. As I'm scrolling through the rest of my files that I have here, and I do think I have these sort of organized in folders, not these Freckled Fawn ones yet, but I did kind of organize these. I'm kind of embarrassed. This feels really vulnerable to like show you my Canva because I'm confident that it's not as organized as like an actual expert's would be. But anyways, I'm pulling these different elements, and I know that I'm switching things out too. Like this one I think I'd use, that one maybe I wouldn't use again. So I'm just mixing and matching, and you know, taking some of these that I've already used or that I know I still have to use on my other sheet that I've already printed. So I'm just creating a very unique little sheet here, and I wanted to show you guys that it can be whatever you want. If you wanted to create 12 of the same sticker, you can do that. So loved that today, little spiral notebook guy. So we're gonna do another one of those. And then eventually I just keep scrolling down here on the left, and I run into some of the other, you can see cat collage stickers there and a variety of the different digital files that I have. And I found these other fall related ones. These are from In a Creative Bubble. So I just was like, oh yeah, those look like perfect colors to just mix in. And that makes me happy too, to just think of like extending the life of both of these. They're not like, you know, I like the fact that the Freckled Fawn digitals can be intermixed, and you know, they mingle well with some of the other files that I already have, and vice versa. I wanted to slow this down really quick because I wanted to show you. I don't end up doing it, but it is fun to start to layer the stickers among themselves. So this leaf could totally fit on that label, and I'm kind of trying to play around with it. I've done that before, and I don't end up keeping this, but I just, because I can't quite get the right configuration. But I just wanted to kind of show you that you could definitely layer these elements and then print them as one sticker. So that's something else to keep in mind. But that's like level 2 Canva. So I'm not going to go too deep today. Anyway, I speed you through this process. I just kind of do a lot of fussing, a lot of squeezing in as best I can, and then I will end up with a fun little printable sheet that has some fun colors and elements that I can use on my pages this fall. Okay, so I thought I would just show you guys. This is how things came out after printing. This is annoying. My printer keeps doing that. I don't really know what that means. Just don't like it. But yeah, I can trim those down. Probably could have worked to like line those up so that it became one long strip. But I did like this width. If you were to print the way she did it on the whole 8.5 by 11, these would be considerably thicker, and that may be what you want. But I kind of liked the width of these instead of, you know, having them really thick across this way. And then I wanted to show you, this is kind of how this one turned out, and it is looking a little light to me. I almost feel like my printer's running out of ink, but I went ahead and printed it also. So this is both, these are clear sticker paper, Avery. I will link it below. It's like 6, I don't remember the number right now. But, and then this to show in comparison, I feel like this is a little more crisp, and this is on some white sticker paper that I can also link below. Both have been purchased off Amazon. But just kind of gives you a slightly different feel. It's a little crisper here on this, and sometimes like this sticker I think is like meant to be on probably not clear paper. I think it looks better like this, and I think that these grid stickers will look better on the white sticker paper instead of the clear, because I work on a grid surface. So when I put the grid on top of the grid, I think I have one up here. It's just a little much, but I mean, it's not super obvious, but it's a little bit busier, I guess you could say. So yeah. So now I feel like I'm all, you know, ready to go here. Got some cute, fun fall printables, and all of these colors really play nicely. They mix and match well. And so I just have more things to choose from here. Yay! So I hope that helped give you guys an idea of how you can bring these to life in a way that works for you. Obviously mixing and matching whatever printables you maybe have in your files. Like I have some from Studio Calico, I have some from In Creative Bubble. So it is fun to mix them all so they don't all start to look the same. Your pages aren't just, you know, one manufacturer, I guess you could say. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, I hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions, if something is unclear, please ask below.